What's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about Canada? Maybe Niagara Falls, or maybe it's Canadian bacon, or maybe even maple syrup. Lots and lots of maple syrup. Now, those things are great and all, but Canada has so much more to it than that. For example, the country is melting. Yes, I said it, Canada is melting, and I'll elaborate on that in a second. But before we jump into that depressing topic, let's cover some positive aspects about the country first. Canada is located in the uppermost part of North America, bordering the United States. Fun fact, the border between the United States and Canada is the longest in the world, spanning 8,893 kilometers. Canada is made up of 10 provinces and has a total land area of 9,093,670 kilometers. Culturally speaking, Canada is very diverse and is home to more than 34 million individuals. The country is very welcoming of immigrants, which is why it is home to people with a wide range of beliefs, traditions, customs, and backgrounds. The dominant languages are French and English, and around 17% of the population can speak both. Recently, the proportion of French speakers has begun to decline due to the number of Americans immigrating to the country. Canada officially became a country on July 1st, 1867. Similar to the 4th of July in the United States, Canada has Canada Day on July 1st to celebrate the birth of their nation. In terms of government, Canada is a constitutional monarchy. Queen Elizabeth II of England is the head of state, and the Prime Minister is the head of government. Canada's climate varies depending on the location. In the western region, warm air coming in from the Pacific Ocean causes the region to experience short and mild winters. The prairies and forests making up the northwestern region experience very cold winters and hot, dry summers. Areas surrounding the Great Lakes have hot and humid summers due to the moist air coming from the lakes. Like the western regions, the eastern regions have mild winters and cool summers due to the Atlantic Ocean. Lastly, the North Arctic regions experience the coldest and driest weather. Now back to what I said earlier about Canada melting. Data collected from 1948 through 2007 show that Canada has experienced a 2.1 degrees Celsius increase in average temperature. This change in temperature has caused the Canadian ice caps to experience more summer breakage over the last few decades. In 2005, the Ellis ice shelf of Ellesmere Island broke off due to warming temperatures. It traveled approximately 470 kilometers. Broken pieces of an ice shelf are potential threats to passing ships. Besides Canada melting, there is additional evidence that its climate is changing. Over the years, Canada has experienced more extreme weather events. For example, in August of 2006, the province, British Columbia, experienced a record-breaking drought, which put a strain on the residents and tourists. During December of the same year, British Columbia experienced unusual heavy rainfall and heavy winds. This caused landslides, trees toppled, knocking down power lines, which led to many power outages. If Canada's climate issue is not resolved, then scientists predict the worst. In the future, scientists predict that the country will experience more extreme weather events, such as storms, floods, tornadoes, and hurricanes. Increasing temperatures would cause Canada's glaciers to melt. Around 2% of Canada's landscape is occupied by glaciers. These glaciers play an important role in creating stream flows which provide moisture to the environment during the driest times of the year. Due to a change in climate, most glacial melting would occur during the spring, feeding the rivers and streams. As a result, during the dry summer, there would be droughts when people need the water the most. Not only would drinking water levels be reduced, but also the water that is available for industrial and recreational purposes. Due to increased temperatures, animals would begin to migrate north to higher elevations. Scientists predict that the growing season would be longer, however, the amount of water available would not be able to support yields. There will also be an increased number of pest species. For example, with the increased winter temperatures of British Columbia, the mountain pine beetle is able to thrive there. These beetles are concerned because they kill lodgepole pines by laying their eggs in its bark. When the eggs hatch, the larvae feed on the tree's tissues. Canada is doing a variety of things to combat the climate change issue. In 2007, 60 communities in British Columbia set a goal to become carbon neutral by 2012. They were going to drive hybrid cars, use forms of alternative energy, and plant trees to act as carbon sinks. The communities did not meet their goal, however, they managed to bring the topic to the public's attention and open up the door for discussions. Many programs have been set in place, such as eco-transport, which encourage Canadians to reduce their carbon emissions by using public transportation. Eco-energy initiatives encourage Canadians to use alternative energy and encourages changes in infrastructure so buildings are energy efficient. On average, 3.8% of the revenue generated by industries is used on research to develop new strategies on lowering greenhouse emissions.